kick and scream and blaspheme. Don't give them reasons to say they were right, you were wrong, you couldn't go all the way. Forget up, repeat. Walk up the hard times, wasn't the same. Forget up, repeat. Keep moving, don't stop for anything. Breathe life, survive. Are you afraid to die, afraid to be alive? This time I made up my mind and I'm not wasting time. Survival of the fittest, survive, survive. Breathe life, survive. Are you afraid to die, afraid to be alive? This time I made up my mind and I'm not wasting time. Survival of the fittest, survive, survive. Adversity devours the weak. If you wanna go and get it, be relentless. We are relentless. Adversity devours the weak. If you wanna go and get it, we are relentless. Relentless.
What's up, NXT fans? This is the Cross Country King Bob Mitchell, and do not fear, I am not driving while recording this promo. Safety first, ladies and gentlemen. I have my own personal driver here in the form of Alex Bro. That's right, because you see, when you're a king, you don't really drive anywhere. You have your own personal driver. He drives me to my penthouse in Memphis, Tennessee, my lovely mansion in Nashville, Tennessee, my little party house here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Living the life of a king is good, baby. But we'll talk about that some other time. Right now, I want to talk about what happened in the latest edition of NXT. Because you see, the last NXT, in the main event, it was myself and the champ, Matt Black, versus Anthony Adams and the Outlaw, Eric Silva. And, of course, you know, tag match loss, but, of course, it was the champ got pinned, so it was a loss to him, but it was a personal victory to me because Eric Silva, he got laid out in the back in a pool of his own blood after not one, but two cross-country kicks. And what was that, Eric? What was that you just said? That you were going to beat me up, lay me out, knock me out with that gunslinger? Like, didn't he say that? Didn't he say that? Exactly. And did he accomplish that? Did he accomplish that? Exactly. You didn't accomplish anything, Eric, because you're nothing. You're a nobody. That's what you are. And let me tell you, at NXT Takeover Prelude to Violence, I'm gonna show you just how much of a nobody you really are. But hey, that's then. That's gonna happen in the future. Right now, in this latest edition of NXT, I'm gonna face off against a guy named Sicarius, a luchador from Mexico by the looks of it. And I have to say, I mean, I've seen his work, I've seen him wrestle, and whoever, you know, and I'm kind of impressed, but not as impressed as I should be, because I've wrestled people in Mexico 10 times as better as he would ever be. But, yeah, what I'm going to do in that match, I'm going to make an example out of Sicarius. I'm going to make an example out of him and show you and those people in the NXT arena just how good I am and what I'm going to do to you, Eric Silva, at Prelude to Violence. But also, I noticed you have a huge match on your hand. That's right, you have a huge match against the hardcore champion, Walter Scott, in a non-title match. And I noticed, and I've watched you and Walter have y'all's little exchanges, and Walter's been watching you. But let me tell you something, Eric. And you know what? Yeah, I had that match with Walter, and I lost fair and square. And you know what? I did tap out to him because, I mean, hey, there's times where you have to admit defeat. That's a part about being a man, because to beat a man, you got to beat the man, and that is Walter Scott in my view. But, thing is, Eric, you kept on throwing that in my face. And let me tell you something. I'm predicting this, that Walter Scott is going to beat your ass and make you tap out, so that way I can call you out as one of the biggest hypocrites in NXT history. So I'm going to watch your match closely against Walter Scott and see him beat you like the bitch you are. And then you're going to watch my match as I make a great example out of Ray Sicarius. So until then, I'll see you later tonight, and I'll see you at NXT Takeover, Prelude of Violence. Biatch! What is it? What are you going to play? What are you doing?
Oh, I got you.
Oh, you got me? Oh. Hey! Hell yeah! See you then, boy!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT here tonight from Lincoln, Nebraska. We are moving closer and closer to NXT Takeover for the first time on the ECW Network. Prelude to Violence tonight. I am joined, as always, by Alec Tenay, and we are getting started right off the gate here with singles action.
Oh, absolutely. We are only 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks away from that Prelude to Violence.
That's right, we have tonight, and then we have next week's NXT. And speaking of Prelude to Violence, people who are following us over on Facebook at facebook.com/ECW-EFED might have recognized that some of the news that we're going to break here tonight live on the air. This man, Veritas, is set for a hoss fight against a giant thorn in his side by the name of Torstein Almighty.
A hoss fight doesn't even cover how this fight's going to be. Literally, I don't even know if we have enough ring and support that can support all the weight and humanity that those two are going to have inside that ring.
Veritas is he's been, you would find it's probably shocking if it's your first time seeing him in the ring, but been really paying his dues here. A couple of early losses, most recently one to Anthony Adams back on SmackDown before Payback. But I gotta say, it looks like Veritas is got a little bit updated ring gear here. I like the look. He's looking like he's ready for war come Prelude to Violence. And speaking of war, American Justice has been on a hot streak in tag team action recently. Jimmy John looking to maybe slay another giant here tonight. You know, he did take down Torstein Almighty recently on NXT here.
Oh, absolutely. And on fire as an understatement as they head into Prelude to Violence with the chance to win the ECW tag team titles.
They've got maybe the most daunting task of the evening, trying to figure out the puzzle, the conundrum that nobody has been able to figure out yet here. How did they take down the undefeated team of the Forever Youngbloods? But Jimmy John with his protege, who is really building up a lot of momentum for himself. We'll also see here tonight in singles competition, Justice Gable. These two have really almost reshaped the tag division in their own regards. A huge victory on Raw just a couple nights ago over the Adams Galaxy.
Oh, indeed. I mean, when you defeat the Adams Galaxy, that's no easy task. That is a huge monumental task for them and a huge momentum booster going into Prelude to Violence.
Today, look at the size difference in these two already, and Veritas putting it to good use here.
But I don't think we have to worry about a size difference. If I recall, American Justice, they've already faced quite a bit of size difference when they had their little impromptu run-ins with the Crucible here.
Yeah, and the Crucible seemingly disappearing into the shadows again after that. You know that they've got to have their eyes possibly on the tag team division, though. And Jimmy here quickly taking down Veritas there with that wraparound DDT. Veritas right back up, that elbow, and you got to think each one of these punches is just taking more and more out of the sails of Jimmy.
This is a mammoth of a man.
Look at that, Jimmy trying to grab a hold of him and just getting shoved off of his feet there. Wow,
the big man almost way off.
Yeah, he somehow held onto the ropes. I'm surprised he didn't pull the ring over with him there. Back in. Oh,
I was expected that top rope. I was expecting it to come on down.
And just hammering Jimmy John down. Oh my God.
Those hands are just like getting hit by just straight frying pans.
Yeah, most definitely they are. And Jimmy, kind of a little bit of swing and a miss there, back and forth. Big, huge forearm uppercut there. Jimmy John's not afraid of a fight. He's not going to back down here, but I just don't think, you said other than maybe the Crucible, I don't think he's fought somebody this size in a very long time. I was trying to suplex the big man. Veritas, though, look at the ease of that reversal. Suplexes him into the middle of the ring.
Because here's the thing. Even though he may have beat Torstein, Veritas is a much larger opponent than Torstein is.
Most definitely. Look, he just threw him overhead there with just almost barely even breaking a sweat.
It's nothing like falling 8 feet from just a man tossing you.
Falling 8 feet is a very dangerous predicament. Landing on your face from that height, it definitely isn't going to make you feel any better. And look at this huge, another suplex from Veritas. Another cover here. Trying to put Jimmy John away early, maybe send a message to Torstein Almighty. Jimmy, though, the tenacity to kick out again. Oh, and there's a big headbutt.
Here's the question, Cole. Who needs this win here tonight more? Does Veritas need the win to show Torstein that he's not some just chump that's going to roll over and die? Or does American Justice need the win so they can go into Prelude to Violence with all the momentum versus Forever Young Bloods?
I think this is a bigger night for Veritas here. He needs to get in that win column still. He's 0-2 so far. And with the hot streak that we've seen American Justice on here lately, this is definitely going to send a message. Maybe send a message to several members of the NXT roster that, Veritas, is a giant for a reason, and one that you're just not going to topple over, like you said. You got to think, though, that, like the tag team champions are going to look at this and look at Jimmy John maybe as the weak link if he can't pull this together here for American Justice.
Oh, indeed. Like you said, Mr. Chad Gable, he's been super on a hot streak, if you will.
Yeah, Justice Gable has definitely been the talk of the town. You don't want to. You got to think maybe that might get to Jimmy John a little bit too. Jimmy John's the veteran of the duo, and for the rookie to be the one that everybody's talking about, maybe isn't setting too well with Jimmy. Could be a little distracted here. Oh, Veritas is looking to kick a field goal there and miss, but just throws him with that belly to belly instead.
It's huge. That's like the whole freaking European continent getting thrown at you instead of a European uppercut.
This Jimmy trying to get back into this, coming up short. This has been all Veritas this entire match.
It's been very, very rare offense from Jimmy Johns here.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, as you said, when you're fighting a man this size, what do? We've seen Anthony Adams, who stacks up to him physically. Oh, no way. Veritas.
Oh, this is a big man coming down.
Oh, putting all of his weight down. Like a Vader bomb there from the middle rope.
That probably would have been it. If I was Veritas, I'd have put the cover on right then and there.
He's winding up for something big here. All the way across the ring. Oh my God! A home run with that discus punch.
Jimmy John might be dead.
The way his body just crumbled there up on that impact. He gets the shoulder up. Somehow. It's almost like a nerve reaction there. Big shoulder block.
If I'm Jimmy John, man, sometimes you just gotta learn. Sometimes it's better to take the loss. Keep yourself fresh to going into this title match. That's what they need to be focused on, not so much as trying to prove a point here.
Oh, wait a second, he rolled him up here on the small package. The big man rolled up here for 2. No. But we've seen this with their encounters with the Crucible. American Justice, even when it was 2-on-1 virtually, just refusing to give up under dire circumstances, and there's another shoulder block.
But is it smart? Is it smart to go into your tag match, your tag team title match in the Prelude Violence versus Forever Young Bloods, injured or hurt?
Well, definitely
is
not.
That smart?
Especially knowing the mean streak that Bishop has within him. He would go straight for those injuries if it meant securing the titles for he and Ed Gambit.
Exactly. That's what Jimmy John needs to be thinking here.
Veritas from the top. Oh my God.
How'd the ring not collapse with that man jumping down?
In that diving forearm chop, Jimmy though somehow back to his feet again here. Almost to no avail. He just gets steamrolled.
That was a Mack truck semi coming through.
Veritas trying to finish him off once again. Jimmy John somehow able to pop the shoulder up there for a 2 count. Flying Mammoth looking for another shot here off the middle. Well, and Jimmy gets out of the way. Oh, hold on a second. Big spine buster. Great opening contest here. So, well, oh my God, Veritas.
Oh my gosh.
Up overhead with ease. With ease, and it's a Michinoku driver from the Gorilla Press.
That's almost like, I would have to say 10, 11 feet. Just straight to the mat.
Flattened him out there. He splattered him on his back. Today, if that's not it, nothing is. And it is.
That's it. That's done.
Veritas, can you imagine if he hits Torstein Almighty with that Prelude to Violence? The ring may collapse.
I'll say, I don't think our ring, no matter how much we support the ring, it's going to hold up.
A huge victory here, underscored by that Gorilla Press Michinoku driver from Veritas here tonight. Seeing the full brunt of this man's offense here. Torstein Almighty might have bitten off more than he can chew. He's in for a fight come Prelude to Violence.
Oh, he seems geared up. He's going in with all the momentum. And this is, like you said, the most dominant, the most in control we have seen this man be.
It seems like you said, though, that deficit that he was down by, that 2-0, it really got to him, and he came out here tonight completely focused. Look at the power of this again, and just that sit-out slam. You're not going to see very many of those in NXT.
No, not at all. There's not very many big men in NXT that can deliver a slam like that.
Veritas here, rightfully so, going to celebrate this victory.
Look at the ref compared to him.
The ref could barely raise his arm there.
The ref can't even reach his arm.
What an opening contest here. Great action. We've got so much more. Wait a second. There's Torstein Almighty. Jimmy's back up trying to shake off the cobwebs here. Torstein, that's him right into the announce table. Veritas was starting to head to the back here, but
this is not good for Jimmy.
You got to think Torstein's probably still embarrassed by the defeat that he suffered at the hands of Jimmy here on NXT. That's what started all of this. It was Veritas that came out to the aid of American Justice that night. Torstein has just been on this warpath ever since, just with all of his focus centered on Veritas. Oh. It's like you said, Tenay, how much is Jimmy going to have going into Prelude to Violence at this rate? He may not even be able to make it to the match.
It's going to be a handicap match. It's literally going to be Justice Gable is going to be the only surviving member of American Justice to go into the Youngbloods.
Jimmy just taking all of this physicality here from Torstein, who again looks like he's just trying to send a message to Veritas. Veritas was headed to the locker room. I don't think he even realized that Torstein was out here. Oh my goodness.
That's a nasty chair shot right to the head.
Torstein's a fan of the violence, that's for sure.
Oh, any sort of violence. He amplifies anything too. Violence, chaos, and destruction. Pretty much all of Torstein's MMO.
And there's that big Viking-like sledgehammer shot. Now he's going to try to put Jimmy out of commission here with this. He's lifting him up for a choke slam on the floor.
Did you see the way Jimmy's body flails in the air.
He spun him almost, I don't know, maybe 40 degrees there in midair with one arm. We need to get some help out here for Jimmy, John. He could be hurt after that. That barrage there. Of course, wait, Veritas is back into the ring. Veritas coming to the aid of Jimmy here, finally. We're going to get a preview of Prelude to Violence right here today. Veritas finally getting his hands on Torstein after the sneak attack from several weeks ago.
Well, the bigger man, I should say, finally had enough seeing of that. He may actually just finally got back to the monitors to see what was going on.
Yeah, they said he was headed to the back, and said definitely seen enough. He's going to get even now, get his hands on Torstein. So just a couple weeks before Prelude to Violence, Torstein's in a world of trouble here. Oh! The last
that might be the biggest sandwich I've ever seen.
When's the last time Torstein Almighty was manhandled like this?
Oh, I had to call it. I had to say he's never been manhandled like this. Never.
So he's definitely bit off more than he could chew. He's got a mouthful of Veritas right here. And when I say a mouthful, it's a mouthful of knuckle sandwiches.
Let's put it this way. When's the last time that you ever saw Torstein the smaller man in the ring?
Well, most definitely. I think maybe the only thing that comes to mind is when he and Anthony Adams were both in that 6-man ladder match at Fastlane. But they were still only 2 out of 6 men in the match. So, again, not very often. Maybe matched up with Ryan Asriel when he was in the Royal Rumble as well. But, my God, Veritas tried to cleave his head off there with that overhand chop.
Oh, is he going to look for that discus punch here?
Oh, steamrolls him again.
Freight train, man.
Oh, here he is winding up for it. Torstein is on spaghetti legs. Oh, he blocks it. He blocks the punch.
Oh, he's having none of it now.
Almost like a second wind here. Oh my God, Veritas over the ropes.
Felt the earthquake in front of us there, Cole.
Most definitely. Look, he's just taking Veritas down now. He's got control of him here. Oh. I just can't imagine what's going to happen when these two are standing across from each other. Prelude to Violence, there's that sledge again.
Oh, at this point, man, it's going to be a war.
Torstein, oh, headbutt of his own. This is going to be a fight like nothing we have ever seen before here in ECW. That is guaranteed.
It's been a long time, Cole, since we've had a house fight here on NXT.
Oh, it has been a very, very long time. Torstein here, just kind of sizing him up. What is he thinking here? Oh my God, he's got him by the neck. No way. No way. Oh my God.
Can you believe that, Cole? A choke slam on Veritas.
Yeah, maybe Anthony Adams again. We've seen Anthony Adams is able to power the big man. We see Marcus Grant was able to use a little power on him as well, but oh my God, he just manhandled Veritas here.
I mean, but let's face it, Marcus Grant and Anthony Adams were both using 2 arms. Torstein chokeslammed with him with 1 arm.
This is incredible. This could be a career definitive moment here for Torstein if he's able to do this. A Prelude to Violence, pick up a pay-per-view signature victory here in singles competition. One of these 2 men are going to skyrocket their stock at Prelude to Violence. That is for sure.
Well, you got to imagine a good win right here would put them at least going into contention for one of them titles.
You kill or get killed. When it comes to Warzone, you fight for what you want or get left behind. They don't want to see CWS grow. They don't want CWS back. They don't want success for any of us. we've got two options. We either give them what they want, or we fight and show them what we got. We don't gotta get along. Hell, we don't gotta like each other. But we're in this fight together.
What's up, NXT Universe? It's Eric the Outlaw Silva. Once again, we were at another week of NXT. Just here at my my fall abode here in North Carolina. Just about 30 minutes outside of Raleigh. And tonight we got a tall task ahead of us in the form of good old Walter Scott, our hardcore champion. And you know, I kind of shot on Walter there for a little bit in my last promo, and he heard me, and I'm damn proud he did. Because you know what, the Outlaw doesn't back down from a fight. I'm sure he had words with RPJ. RPJ set the match, and I'm forever thankful for that. But you know, I think I can do more. I can do more against Walter. And I'm about to prove to him that he's not messing around when he's facing me. I'm not like Bobby Mitchell. I'm not going to lie down and tap out, because tapping out is weakness to me. That's telling somebody that you've had enough. I don't reach that point. Yeah, Bobby, I'll give it to you. Got cut open last week. You know, when you take too many shots to the head, you tend to bleed a little bit. I've bled before, and nothing ever changed. But you know what, Bobby? I'm going to focus on this match tonight. But come Takeover Prelude to Violence, your ass is mine. In the middle of the cage, where I want you. 2 men walk in, 1 man walks out. Keyword man, Bobby. Men don't talk about what they're going to do. Men say they're going to do something and then carry out that action. So plain and simple, I am going to beat your ass, Bobby. I will beat your ass worse than any beating you've had before. But I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about my match with Walter Scott. The one I told y'all I was going to get. And the one I told Walter that I wanted to have. Now, Walter, you're one of the best on the NXT roster. There's no doubt in that. You put on a show, you do a great job at it, and kudos to you. But you've never faced an Outlaw. And trust me, we're a whole different breed. So, old son, we're going to do it like this. We're going to come out, entrance music, fireworks, pyrotechnics, all that good jazz. We're going to lick each other in the face, man to man, and we're going to have a fight. And it's going to be one that NXT remembers for the ages. All I can say is good luck, pal. And Bobby, we'll be seeing you soon, old son.
Folks, we're back here after our first break of the night, and we got some news here. This is what everybody, I think, is waiting for tonight. So we're going to do a quick little rundown of some of the early match announcements here for NXT Takeover Prelude to Violence.
Oh yeah, this is the early hype right here. This is the episode where we're gonna get you everything you want to know about Prelude to Violence and what we are doing here.
Absolutely, we got a lot to talk about here. You know, we got Payback out of the way. This is our next stop. We're going to be coming to you live from Kansas City, Missouri. It's going to be a big night. NXT on deck here, and starting off early, we have the debut of new NXT prospect Creed Adonis taking on the veteran and Mike Mitchell.
Oh man, you gotta imagine at this point, Mike Mitchell, like, he's been getting the short end of the stick here, going between all the new hype of all these new people coming in and everything like that. But Creed Adonis has the big task ahead of him to go against the veteran of Mike Mitchell and try to pick up the win here.
Yeah, we don't know a whole lot about this Creed Adonis yet, but we do know that Mike Mitchell was the odd man out at Payback. He wasn't pinned, but he was on the outside of the ring recovering, and he watched the 3 count happen. Marcus Grant slipping past him, pinning Asher Crane to get that shot at Walter Scott. Speaking of other things to come, we talked about this throughout our opening match here tonight. The Haas fight, the battle of the big men, the collision of the giants is set for TakeOver Prelude to Violence.
Oh man, it's gonna be one match, like I said before. I don't know if we can support our ring enough to hold these 2 men in them.
Yeah, I don't know if the arena itself is going to be big enough. This is just like 2 titans, like a Godzilla movie come to life here when these 2 are going to collide. It is going to be one hell of a battle, and you're only going to see it in NXT TakeOver Prelude to Violence. Veritas versus Torstein Almighty.
And especially after the display of power we saw from that one-handed chokeslam, it definitely has caught my interest.
Absolutely, and we talked about this as well. A tag team championship defense lined up. A little bit of a homecoming. Ed Gambit is a NXT alumni, as is Bishop, making their return to NXT programming for the first time in a very long time, especially for Ed Gambit, as they take on the Red Hot American Justice right now, the underdogs of all underdogs against the undefeated champions.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be one of those things. Can the momentum that Justice has been keeping and rolling with since becoming the #1 contenders, can they keep this up, and can they take those titles away from Forever Young Bloods, the team that has not yet been defeated?
Well, it's going to be a hell of a night. We got a lot still to come here, though. We get ready for our next matchup, and Eric Silva has arrived here. We heard from him earlier this evening. Always glad to greet his fellow roster members here backstage.
He's quickly becoming the kind of guy that everyone seems to like so far right now in the back.
Look at this. He's headed to the general manager office here. You know that RPJ was supposed to be here tonight. Eric Silva looks like he has some plans to attend here too, maybe with the boss.
Oh, they be the man, Bobby Mitchell, who Eric Silva has had escalation, if you will, almost a blood hate at this point. As hatred almost.
A matter of weeks, just a little over a month here, Bobby Mitchell and Eric Silva become blood rivals, you could say. And up next, you see Bobby Mitchell's getting ready for this. He's taking on Ray Sicarius. Ray Sicarius put on a match that grabbed a lot of attention against Jay Crack on Raw earlier this week. Came up short, but a lot of people were talking about the effort of Ray Sicarius and how he held his own through that matchup. Tonight, Bobby Mitchell is looking to get past Ray Sicarius here, but you gotta think, maybe is he overlooking the Latin Assassin? Is he too focused on Eric Silva?
That's a very good question. If I remember correctly, I think Bobby Mitchell's still looking for that one singles victory, I believe, so if I'm not mistaken.
Well, this could be his night here. Ray Sicarius, he's been a contender. He's challenged for the Hardcore Championship. He's challenged for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, he's got a victory over current Intercontinental Champion Aether Adamus in the past. He's looking to get back in winning ways as well, but he's got a very, very calculating Bobby Mitchell who's going to be standing across from him here tonight.
Yeah, say what you will about Bobby Mitchell looking over Ray Sicarius, but it's not hard to see that it's a very motivated Bobby Mitchell. He is got one thing on his mind, and that is Prelude to violence. And anyone that's going to be in that path until then is in harm's way.
But you got a very good point there. You got to think like this. Bobby Mitchell knows that his pay-per-view debut, Prelude to Violence, and against Eric Silva at that, this is a chance for him to silence all of his critics, to silence Eric Silva, and to catapult himself closer to what he wants, and that's a title shot.
Oh, absolutely. And just to make matters even worse, or even better, depending on how you look at it, those two are going to be locked inside the steel cage.
Yeah, it seemed like there was only one way that match was going to go. And when you get that much animosity and you entrap it in something like a steel cage, it's going to go one of two ways. That's for sure. There's no shortage of confidence here from Bobby Mitchell tonight. As you've seen earlier tonight, he was chauffeured to the arena.
Yes, he must be good now. Bobby's taking a little bit of his ECW upgrade in pay, and got himself chauffeured, looks like.
You got to think here, maybe tonight a victory over Sicarius will add another couple zeros to that paycheck, and we'll see a different Bobby Mitchell coming in the Prelude events. Wait a second, Bobby Mitchell wasting no time here.
He's extremely focused on that one thing. That one thing is getting to Prelude to violence. He doesn't care about anything or anybody else that's in that way.
Absolutely not. He hasn't even taken his jacket off yet here. Sicarius is trying to fight back, but this is definitely turned into a fight. This is no longer a wrestling match. He was trading elbows and trading forearms.
Strikes are just left and right now.
Bobby, a big clothesline sends Sicarius right out in front of us. Bobby, oh my, no, he misses the suicide dive.
Oh, a little bit too overzealous there. A little too much hype.
He can't be doing that too often. He may not make it to Prelude to Violence if he misses too many of those.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a easy way to break your neck.
Sicarius here recovered. Oh, Bobby gets stun gunned in the top rope.
I'll say it looked like he caught Bobby's arm and just drug him straight down on that top rope.
This match, again, wasting no time getting started. Seems like the closer and closer we get to these big ECW Network specials, the action just intensifies. The referee giving Bobby a warning there. He was wanting to get another piece of Sicarius. Oh, Ray. Nice knee lift, drop kick to the chest, dropping him.
Oh yeah, we have to think, like you said, we're literally only 2 shows away from this Prelude to Violence. 2 NXTs away, including this one that we're at right now.
Yeah, I think for someone like Sicarius, who's been around, has been a staple of NXT over the past year or so, he's maybe a little offended that he wasn't on the show. Let's see what Bobby Mitchell here, looking maybe to put him away quickly. He's got him up for that signature brainbuster.
Oh, big time. The impact.
Right on the head and the back of the neck, and there's a 2 count. Bobby looks like he was for sure that was going to be enough, but maybe he just didn't get enough leverage over the shoulder there. And Tope misses. The high risk is not paying off for Bobby Mitchell here tonight.
Imagine what it's going to be like inside that steel cell, just watching them two, knowing the animosity that they have and the counter that they had last week on NXT. How being locked that steel cage is going to end up. That match is just going to be a straight up like war. There will be blood in that match, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, we've seen Bobby Mitchell busted Eric Silva wide open with a couple of those cross country kicks. last week, and you gotta think, when you get locked in the cage like an animal, it just transforms your mentality completely. Especially again when you're locked in there with somebody that you just can't stand, somebody that you just want to do the worst things imaginable to. Bobby throwing Sicarius there into the ring steps. Wait, the high risk hasn't worked for him yet, but he's perched up on the top rope here. Right in front of us. Oh my! Oh, a diving Hurricane Rana.
What? I don't even have words for what I just saw.
Bobby Mitchell showing the luchador what lucha is all about here with that. Oh, and into the steps again.
Bobby Mitchell out of nowhere with the Hurricane Rana.
The last time I seen something like that, I think, was AJ Hawks at All-Star Weekend last year.
I mean, it's been a while since we've seen something that insane.
Oh, there's a code breaker. Sicarius trying to turn things around here. He might be going for that frog splash early. He could put Bobby Mitchell out if he connects with this. But Bobby's up to his feet though. Cross country kick.
Oh. Shades of Kyle Parks. The catching super kick. It's cross crunchy indeed.
And Sicarius might be the one who's out here. Caught him flush under the chin. 2 count here. Oh, Ray gets his shoulder up. That looked like a 3. Bobby Mitchell might have every right to be a little upset with that one. Here's Bobby, that aggression showing again here, looking a little bit frustrated. Charging across, misses the clothesline. Oh, both men missed that time.
And no more running. We're just going to go straight for a little kick there.
Oh, and trying to break the fingers, break the elbow, all the joints on the arm. That stomp. Sicarius still fighting back. Oh, Bobby.
Bobby got hung up.
Oh, but he fights out himself here. Flipping over onto his feet. He's looking for another brainbuster. Oh, Jesus.
A short brainbuster there. No delayed in that one. He pretty much snapped that one off.
Yeah, he didn't stall for seconds. Up and down, and hangs him on the second rope here. Bobby Mitchell with the neck breaker. Bobby. Oh, Tiger Driver.
Oh, that might be a big-time Tiger Driver.
2-0. This has been a showcase, to say the least, for Bobby Mitchell here, firing on all cylinders tonight. Oh, there's another code breaker, though. And he's right back up. A shoulder block, and down goes Sicarius.
This has been a hell of a show for Bobby Mitchell. It's been all of him.
You got to think that Eric Silva has to be taking notes on this. At this rate, you cannot overlook what Bobby Mitchell is capable of here. Oh, look at this. Rolling out and recovering again. Just kind of taking a moment here to reevaluate the situation. Sicarius wants a piece of him here. Wait, counters him again on the apron.
Even with this is good for Bobby Mitchell. As we've seen, as he can get as frustrated as anyone, and that sometimes that frustration can lead to problems in his matches. To roll out and take his time getting back in, it is a perfect game plan by him.
You got to think like this too. With all of that frustration, Bobby Mitchell has felt like he's been overlooked so far in NXT. When he came in red hot, didn't like the fact that he was paired up with Eric Silva to begin with. He wanted to break out on his own, and he made a point to break out at the expense of Eric Silva, and there's another cross-country kick right in front of us. You can hear the impact.
Ray might be out.
He just buckled from that one. Look at this, Bobby Mitchell not wasting any time picking him up and going right back on the attack here. He's not going to take a count out.
Definitely from that first week, he had made an adamant point that he was going to be by himself, that he was going to do it by himself.
There's Bobby here, springboard. Forearm connects. He caught him flush with that one. And another cross-country kick.
If this isn't it, that might be it. This is the third one in this match now for Ray.
Look at Bobby just taking his time here.
Don't give him too much recovery time.
Oh, he's picking him up.
We're sending a message at this point.
There's hyper-aggressive Bobby Mitchell here. This is a new side of Bobby Mitchell. It's like we've seen this slowly being uncorked last week in that tag team match. And now this is just him, again, like you said, just grinding an axe here. Oh, Ray somehow, he's looking for the code breaker, and he gets caught with the Inzaguri instead.
This is that one where he is literally saying, hey, Eric, this is what's coming for you, Prelude to Violence. This is him sending that message.
Oh, straight kick to the back. He caught him right in the shoulders there. Bobby here shoots him into the ropes. Beautiful drop kick.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty, Cole. That's one of those things that you just take those 3 or 4 or 5 steel frame pictures and just hold them.
Look at this. Cross-country clash now on Ray Sicarius. Center of the ring here. 1, 2. No. Oh, misses the Inzaguri there. Hits the ropes. Oh. Ray Sicarius holding his own here, trying to return to form.
Oh, but I guess this is that moment we're going to see how well can Bobby Mitchell hold a frustration as he has thrown everything at Ray Sicarius and he is kicked out.
He has literally hit him with everything here. Look at this. Ray was going for that frog splash to give it. Bobby crawling out of the way. Oh, Inzaguri misses there. Oh, that slap to the back looks like it just aggravated Bobby Mitchell. What a clothesline. Bobby almost demanding respect here from the fans.
It may be hard for the fans to deny him after this match, and if he wins at Prelude to Violence, how hard is it going to be for people to say that he's not as good as he says he is?
Yeah, you got to think, again, a victory here. We're talking about this for several people going into Prelude to Violence. This is an NXT exclusive event. You got to think that we're going to see several people come out of this event looking to maybe call out whoever wins the NXT Championship, whoever wins the Hardcore Championship. This could reshuffle the deck for NXT here. Oh, that back fist, and there's a forearm.
But yeah, think about it. Going into, coming out of Payback, we now know who is challenging for that Hardcore title. We now know that Marcus Grant has earned that right. So we now know that, like you said, coming out of this Prelude to Violence, people are going to be wanting to call in their shots. But we don't know. We don't know yet who the NXT champion will be facing.
Yeah, maybe I said Eric Silva was headed to the office tonight. Maybe RPJ will be here tonight in person to maybe address that question mark. You know, that's the one match that we really do not have finalized is the NXT Championship, and we know that's going to have to be the main event.
Especially at the first live NXT only pay-per-view. There's no way that title isn't the main event being showcased.
Bobby Mitchell here, big clothesline. Again, Bobby Mitchell so aggressive here tonight. Oh, kick to the leg, misses that Inzaguri though. Oh, another code breaker. Ray Sicarius now hitting Bobby Mitchell with everything. Makes a cover. A much needed cover here. Only a 1 count though.
The fatigue is setting in on Ray Sicarius here. All the moves that he has taken.
And you think Bobby Mitchell got the early drop on him before the bell too. It's been an uphill battle the entire time for Ray Sicarius here. Bobby Mitchell again strategically rolls to the outside. Look at this, using the barricade against Ray Sicarius.
Oh, and then rams him into the barricade.
Yeah, kidneys first, lower back. Lots of soft spots there to take damage.
And that padding isn't as padded as people think it is.
No, there's a metal guardrail underneath of that. Wait a second. Bobby. Another kick.
Oh, another one.
This is just becoming overkill at this point.
Just sitting and wait and just drawing another one right to the face.
You can just see the look in Bobby's eye there. Wait. He's still not through with Ray Sicarius. This might be the worst beating Ray Sicarius has sustained in a very long time. Oh my God, another clash. Got him covered here. 1, 2. No way, Ray Sicarius. With the heart of a warrior here. Bobby Mitchell, though, goes right back on the attack.
Almost feel that. I'm almost starting to feel sorry for Ray.
Bobby's not feeling sorry for him at all here. He's letting his frustration just overflow at this point. There's Ray.
At this point for Ray, this is bad. Like, I just don't feel like anything that is about to happen is going to be good for him.
Bobby, was looking for a pump handle there, but gets countered. Sicarius, nice belly to back suplex there in the middle of the ring. He's got to find something. There's a code breaker again. He has found a home for that over and over again. It looks like Bobby Mitchell might have taken some additional damage from that one. He kicks out at 2.
Bobby is seeing red in more ways than one right now.
You gotta think that that's gonna kick in. Maybe some fight or flight instinct here. Ray perched on the top rope here. Bobby's in another zip code right now, it looks like. And Ray Sicarius, look at this.
Oh, with the arm drag flying out off the top rope.
Yeah, it's Ray Sicarius showing off, but he needs to think about going for the pin here. He's got Bobby Mitchell where he wants. And look, Bobby again crawling out of the way.
He knows that frog splash is what Ray goes to.
Yeah, it's definitely been the difference maker in the past for Ray Sicarius. And Ray again. And look, Bobby Mitchell goes to the outside this time. Oh! Trips him on the ropes. Oh, and right back at him. This match is coming right down to the wire here. Back and forth action. Bobby counters him right back.
Bobby has had an answer for Ray in every part of this match. And I said he was seeing red, and now you're seeing all the frustration coming out.
Oh, he's going to definitely try to send a message here. There's no telling what he's got up his sleeve. He's tore apart the announce table. Oh! He's got to avoid the count out. They're up to a 6 count here. Ray Sicarius, though.
Oh, we're back in.
Oh, and another code breaker. What a matchup here. Ray Sicarius with 2 back-to-back incredible performances. Oh, he misses the frog splash.
The one chance he had, they probably hit it.
Bobby Mitchell is bleeding profusely right now. And Ray, drives him into that turnbuckle post. Oh, look at this. Bobby shoves him away. Cross-country kick.
That's 4, Cole. 4 of them.
I think that might have been 5 even. Hey, that's a 3 count. Bobby Mitchell. What a war. Just imagine if this is what it took to beat Ray Sicarius. What is going to happen when it's just him and Eric Silva one-on-one?
Inside the steel cage, the added element, the danger.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Takeover is the prelude to violence, this is the prelude to the prelude to violence here tonight.
I feel like we're going to see things in that steel cage match we have not seen in a while.
We've had some incredible steel cage matches in the course of this company's history, but these two, they have a chance to make a name for themselves here at Prelude to Violence, and they're going to do it at the expense of their opponent's health.
I'm going to go out on record here on saying this. If that match did not end up being match of the night, I would be highly surprised.
See, there was that last kick. Sicarius nearly got his mask kicked completely off with his head. Bobby Mitchell, this might be the start to the signature string of singles victories he's been looking for. Wait a second. Okay.
Apparently he's not done.
Yeah, he's not going out there to shake his hand, that's for sure.
Oh no, we know Bobby well enough to know that shaking hands isn't part of his MO.
Oh my God! Kick right to the head. He hasn't kicked him in the head enough, and just drops an elbow. This is sending a message here to Eric Silva. This is what he's doing.
If you thought that during the match, everything that he did during the match was not sending a message, you're definitely seeing it now.
This is a side of Bobby Mitchell we have not seen yet. It's like you said, something was unhinged in him last week. Oh, Sicarius, he can't defend himself at all here. Bobby Mitchell, another one of those drop kicks.
Think about this complete devastation that he did to Eric Silva.
Oh!
Another kick in that tag team match where he just like laid the kicks down on Eric Silva.
Wait a second. Today, that's Eric Silva's music. Fans coming to their feet here around us. This is not going to end well. These two
we're gonna get it. Are we gonna get a old-fashioned ECW brawl?
They don't want to wait for Prelude to violence. These two are throwing haymakers. The fans reacting here, chanting NXT. It is coming to complete brawls and fisticuffs here. Welcome back, folks. We got some more news here, and you can probably go ahead and predict what this one is, judging by the way that we went to commercial break after our last matchup.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think this one's going to take a far shot of the imagination to figure out what we're about to give you.
Yeah, NXT Takeover Prelude to Violence again. Just a couple of weeks away here. And, you know, gotta go with your predictions here today for this next match. It's definitely one to keep your eye on if you're a fan of any kind of fights, any kind of rivalries. This is becoming the rivalry of NXT this year. Bobby Mitchell and Eric Silva, the first time these two will finally collide one-on-one.
I don't know, man, Cole. After what we just saw from Bobby Mitchell, I almost have to say he's going to be my heavy favorite going in. He's gonna be my pick. I don't feel like he's gonna be denied this match.
You know, Eric Silva, he's become an underdog early on here, and you're right, he has a lot to overcome here. He's got to really be careful, because this is, I think, a very dangerous Bobby Mitchell that we're gonna see going into this match.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be one of those things that he's not gonna be just satisfied with just actually beating Eric Silva. He's gonna want to maim and destroy him.
And speaking of big fights, look at this. Asher Crane, who has been making a name for himself here at NXT, takes on the most anticipated debuting superstar of the NXT roster, the Ben Hopkins. Debuts at Prelude to Violence.
Oh, absolutely. He is bringing the Ben Hopkins brand to NXT.
Asher Crane suffering his first taste of defeat at Payback. He's going to have to really prepare himself. Ben Hopkins is being the talk of the town here. And I'm being told that Asher Crane's going to have some words for Ben Hopkins here soon. But coming up, right around the corner, folks, Justice Gable, Gabe and Zane, and what should be an instant classic here tonight. They've got a task at hand to follow what we just saw between Sicarius and Mitchell. But these two should definitely deliver in spades.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be one of those things. We'll see how well Justice Gable can deal with keeping the momentum for him and Jimmy John's going in, especially after Jimmy John's lost his match versus Veritas.
You ever have one of those moments where everything just kind of starts to click? You know, that happened to me recently. Sitting at home on my couch in Toronto. And I got to thinking, I had to look at my schedule for the next maybe month and a half. And I saw 3 words on there coming up very soon. Prelude to violence. Prelude to violence. Now, I looked at those 3 words and I chuckled a little bit, to be honest. Because, see, it's real fitting that our next big takeover event is so appropriately titled Prelude to Violence. Because at said takeover event, I have the Ben Hopkins. Someone who is debuting here on NXT. So, well, congratulations for that. And more so, apologies. Apologies for the fact that it has to be me that you're across the ring from in your debut match. Because the last time I stood across from somebody who debuted in NXT, we never saw them again. So Ben, ask yourself, what are you really afraid of? What is the Ben Hopkins really afraid of? I know. The Ben Hopkins is afraid of being a flop because he's heard the stories about Asher Crane and what Asher Crane is capable of and what Asher Crane has already done in the short span that I've been in NXT. And you can't help but think that maybe, just maybe, at Prelude to Violence, maybe it's only really the beginning. And you know what? You know what the scary thing really is about that? You'd be right.
Jimmy John getting checked out by the trainer backstage after taking that nasty assault from Torstein Almighty. Looks like Justice Gable here assuring his mentor that he's got this tonight. And Jimmy not going to come out to the ring here. Justice going to try to handle business on his own, it appears.
Let's face it, man, he's just pretty much telling him, look, man, I got it. Like, I'll carry us through. Like, I got this one. Like, it's not don't take your loss too personally, basically.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's, again, feeling that, the defeat. I mean, you can't really hold it against him, though. Veritas had all sorts of advantages over him, physically, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not you're cheered or liked or whatever it is. When you go up against a man the size of Veritas, you're already at a huge disadvantage, no matter how good you are.
There you see the mantra of American Justice there, never give up. Justice Gable has harnessed that since making his debut, whether it be against Torstein Almighty, where he took a loss in his debut, or the battle and loss that he had with Eric Silva, the battles with the Crucible. It's here again for singles competition here on NXT, and he's taking on a man who's had his fair share of losses as well here recently in Gabe and Inzane.
Gabe, you have to wonder where he's looking to get back on track now that everything's done and over with him and his good buddy Buzz Manchild.
Yeah, things unfortunately not shaking out the way that Gabe thought they would. Looked like a promising tag team run there early on for these two, and well, Buzz Manchild was led down a darker path thanks to, I guess, a older friend. But Gabe looking optimistic here, trying to restart his singles career. Just has to get over the hump here, and well, a victory over a number one contender for the tag team titles could be the way to go tonight here.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good spot to get yourself back on the right winning track.
Well, this should be an exciting contest. The similar style between these two here. We've seen these improvements, these evolutions in Justice Gable here of recent. Submissions, a little bit of power, a little bit of high flying. Gabe definitely loves that high flying style. And look at this. Gabe Inzane explodes out the opening gate.
Yeah, we talked about high flying and we went straight to the power off the bat.
Well, that's one way to try to gain the upper hand here, bypass the striking, bypass the tie-up, and just Samoan drop your opponent. Justice Gable, though, turning things around here, hitting the ropes, big drop kick. Gable gets a quick 1 count off that hesitation drop kick in the lower turnbuckle. Gabe trying to turn things around here, sizing up for maybe a vertical suplex. Oh, Justice lands on his feet.
Finds his way out.
And look at this. Prawn hold pin here, covered. Another 1 count. Gable maintaining control. Hooks the leg. Oh, small package. I think he's going to fisherman suplex him there.
Oh no, he changed it up, man. He basically just gravity took effect and just dropped him straight down.
Fans very receptive to Justice here tonight. Oh, and lands on his feet there from the pump handle counter. Taking Gabe for a ride. Nice belly to back suplex. Gable here looking for the submission. Trying to choke him. He's got it up a little high though. I don't know if he's got that in all the way. Oh, and Gabe.
No, it just looks more like almost like a headlock with the legs, basically.
Oh, Gabe with the reversal here. Justice. Oh, counter again. No feeling out process for these two. These guys are going full head of steam here. Gabe Inzane with an axe kick. No shades of Kyle Parks there with that.
Big time axe kick.
Gabe here goes for the elbow. Short.
It looks like Justice is going to take his turn up.
Well, we've seen this. We've seen it on Raw this week. Justice Gable not afraid to take to the air. Oh, wait a second. Oh!
Big DDT. Moonsault into tornado DDT.
Justice Gable 2 count. Gabe knows what hit him there on that DDT. He got spiked right on his head. Oh. We've talked about this in the past here. NXT, just the talent here, the competition, it seems like this ratchets itself up further and further. And now with TakeOver imminent right around the corner, all of these talents are just coming out here with full intensity, wanting to prove their worth.
It's all about making a name for yourself, and this is exactly what happens in NXT. It's all about making that name and being the next big star almost, being the person that basically carries it.
We've seen how successful that statement you just made there has been for the likes of a Matt Black or a Walter Scott. You know, both men claiming that they are, you know, basically the bread and butter of NXT. It was Justice Gable. Wow, what a knife edge chop. Gable, looking for frog splash and misses. Inzane into the turnbuckle goes Justice, but he fights out. Oh,
little jabs.
Yeah, he's working working the feet there as well. This has been a little bit one-sided here with Justice Gable so far. Gable's trying to hold his own, but it's been a lot. Thought he maybe was looking for the rolling German there. Instead, throws him to the ropes. Justice, hold on a second. What is he thinking?
Outside.
Oh!
Oh!
Surprise dropkick under the bottom rope.
A little innovative little offense right there.
Yeah, you don't see an attack like that very often. Gabe trying to regain some control. Caught him sleeping there for a second. Oh. Justice right back on him. And the turnbuckle here. Oh, well, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Drives him in. And there's the roll through for the German.
The amount of whiplash on that German is insane.
Gabe and Zane, everything he had left in the tank to kick out. Justice almost taunting him here, almost to say, is that all you got? Kick to the leg. Second, Justice got him reeling. Big clothesline, dumps him over the ropes. Here we go, Justice. Gable taking a lead.
He just all the way off the top rope. The vertical.
Justice Gable proving here one of the most athletic newcomers to the NXT roster.
The hype is real about this man.
And a lot of people have been talking about him here in recent weeks. Said submitted Tiger Baraki on Raw this week. You know, might have been the only person so far who's been able to do that. There's a little bit of controversy in the way the match ended, but it still stands. Oh, misses the standing dropkick there. Gabe looking for something, but gets countered. Oh, dropkick to the knee. Gabe try to catch him with that. Nope. Oh, counter into a DDT. He was looking for that Samoan drop a second time.
Gabe drops on his head once more.
But Gable here from the top rope. Taking a minute to study himself, and there's a moonsault. No. Justice Gable is on fire right now. Setting Gabe up to the top rope for something big. Get Gabe up perched, top rope. Oh, he's going to go up there and join him. Gable here. Looking for a superplex. Rolls through.
Going back up.
Oh, that was like a deadlift Falcon Arrow. Following the superplex, 2, 3, and that's it.
Gable with a pretty emphatic win over Gabe.
I think he had relatively no trouble here putting Gabe and Zane down for that 3 count. Now you've got to be wondering here, is Justice Gable the secret weapon going into this tag team match?
He might be. He's definitely the one you have to watch out for, I feel like, in this one. He's the wild card.
Gabe and Zane had no idea what was coming for him here tonight. Just really catching the short straw, you could say. So here's the end, that big superplex. Just lifts him right back into the air for that huge Falcon Arrow. Huge ovation here for Gable. Look at this.
He's definitely become one of the more popular NXT superstars with the fans of the past couple weeks.
Folks, welcome back here. We're setting up for a huge main event here tonight. One of two, in fact. Hardcore champion Walter Scott taking on Eric Silva for the first time. This is a pay-per-view worthy match, and you're getting it tonight here on NXT.
Well, we saw how his rival Bobby Mitchell had his shot a couple weeks ago, and now Eric Silva's going to get his shot, and now they've been budding words. Bobby has taunted him, telling him that he is not worthy of the Walter Scott level. Tonight, Eric Silva is going to have his chance to prove it.
Well, absolutely. You know, and as we saw earlier tonight, you got to wonder, will Eric Silva be focused here on Walter Scott tonight, or is he going to be distracted by Bobby Mitchell going into this match with the champion? Well, arriving, I guess, better late than never. There's your NXT champion, Matt Black, coming out armed with a microphone here tonight.
Oh, and the man, he wasn't even scheduled to be here, but it's his show, so it doesn't even matter when he shows up. It's always good.
Giving us peace of mind there to some of these fans ringside.
Cole, I must say it is fantastic that he is still our champion.
Well, he retained the title under questionable circumstances here at Lincoln, Nebraska. Doesn't seem to agree with you on that sentiment, but I guess the champion's going to speak anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you didn't think that I would still be here, standing here tonight on NXT with this title in my hand. This NXT title after Payback. See, here's the thing is, what you don't understand is that when I say I am the best, the elite one, it's not a joke, it's not a nickname, it's the truth. So it brings me to the point of tonight, as we celebrate this continuous title reign of me. It is the fact that I am the best, the greatest, the most elite NXT champion to ever hold this title. Whether it was in the past, whether it's going to be in the future, it is all about right now. And as you see, it doesn't matter about the previous NXT before this new reincarnation. That was garbage. It didn't even matter. And the new NXT when it was rebranded. It was rebranded still as the development stage where we created the homegrown stars. We see I took that brand and made it its own entity, its own show, its own thing that was on me. No one else, not Dick Nicholas, not Lewis Rivers, not Walter Scott. It was Matt Black, myself. I did it. It's all about me. And see this title, this NXT title, everyone else needs this title to be great, to make themselves feel like they are number one. But you see, Matt Black doesn't need the title. The title itself needs Matt Black. Because without this title around my waist, it's nothing. I'm the one that makes this title great. Any other person that wears this, it's just a hunk of metal around their waist. I make this title valuable. You see, RPJ, whether or not he realizes it or not, and he knows it, I know he knows it, I am a franchise player. You see, he is bringing in all these new talents because he needs to add star players to the key, the franchise of myself. And you see, I'm not only in the business of myself, I make stars. Look at Anthony Adams and his 15 minutes of fame. At Payback, it's over for him. He's just going to go right down to the bottom of the barrel.
Wait a second. That's RPJ's music now. I guess the boss is in the building tonight. Cutting Matt Black off there. Finally, somebody tirade. How can you be the NXT champion and say NXT is garbage?
Well, let's be honest. He said the first previous incarnation of NXT was garbage. Now we live in the light that is the Matt Black show. Matt Black's NXT.
Well, let's see what RPJ has to say about that. It's cutting the music here, and we're getting a little up close and personal here with the NXT champion.
Oh, well, this has been some tension that's been rising here.
Well, Matt Black, just the man that I was looking for. You've called me by name long enough, and here I am. I hope it's going to be worth your time, Matt, because I've actually got some news for you, and it might not be the news that you're expecting here tonight at NXT. You see, I was at Raw, been pulling my hair out. You probably can tell with a lot of the advertisers, a lot of the investors in El Dorado Championship Wrestling who are screaming at me the phone over the actions of our Call All-Stars representative, AJ Hawks, for his actions, the things that have transpired over the last 48 hours between Raw and Payback, part of which you had a hand in Payback, and don't speak yet, because I'm going to get right to that. And by the way, when you look at me, take those stupid glasses off and look at me eye to eye like a man. Okay, if you're going to call me out here, waste my time, make me drive overnight from city to city, state to state to be here, at least don't waste my time when I'm here face to face with you in the ring. And Matt, you're probably wondering exactly what it is that brings the boss here to NXT tonight. That's right, NXT tonight, not the Matt Black show. NXT. Well, you see, you have been on this tirade for far long enough, insulting me, insulting my company, insulting our audience here, insulting your fellow superstars in the backstage, in the locker room. So tonight, I'm here officially to let you know just who you're going to be defending your ECW NXT Championship against at NXT Takeover Prelude to Violence.
Well, I'm glad, RPJ, that you wanted to come see me because you're the man that I just want to see. Since you don't feel the need to name this the Matt Black show, though that clearly is my show, I still don't understand how you can't get that thought through your head. You want to come out here and say that I've insulted these fans, you, your show, your company. See, I have been insulted. I have been insulted for the fact that you don't want to realize that I am your franchise player, that I am NXT. Without me, this is nothing. And please, go ahead, enlighten me on who my next victim will be at NXT Takeover. Because we all know the only reason that NXT Takeover is going to mean anything special is because of Matt Black.
Well, Matt, it's funny, funny your choice of words there. You claim that your former opponents are victims now, do you? Well, as far as my memory serves, from when I've played back the tape, and I think everybody here tonight in attendance will agree with me on this, that the only people you victimize in those performances are the NXT fans themselves, considering the fact that you never beat Lewis Rivers. And if I remember seeing the tape correctly, I don't even think you really beat Anthony Adams. Granted, you got away with cheating, but last time I checked, cheating isn't winning. So therefore, since you want to know who you're going to be facing at NXT Takeover's Prelude of Violence, well, maybe the tables are going to be turned a little bit here, and maybe you, sir, are going to be the victim when Anthony Adams himself gets his title rematch at Takeover Prelude of Violence.
Are you kidding me? The fact is I beat this fool at Payback, and yet you still feel the need to reward them. And you want to talk about cheating? You want to talk about me never beating Lewis Rivers? Please, last time I checked, when we go down in the record book, what does it say? Please enlighten me, RPJ. What does it say? It says a W, and that W is a win. That means that I became the victor. I am the one that beat him. So, if you want to give Anthony Adams another shot, you know what? Instead of 15 minutes of fame, 15 seconds of fame, how about let's just give him 30, why don't we? Let's just make him more famous, because after Takeover, the name Anthony Adams will only be synonymous with failure. And that's all that you are doing right now. You are trying to set me up for a failure. You don't want me to shine. You don't see me as a franchise player. Well, let me tell you this. At Takeover, if you don't feel the need to walk, next time I see you, to walk down that aisle with a piece of paper in your hand to name this the Matt Black Show, I'll just walk out the door then. There's no point in me being a part of your NXT brand, your company then.
So that's how it is, right? Okay. So all of a sudden, you feel like you're the one being cheated here. That just because you win under certain circumstances, you're still ahead of the game. Well, it's okay, Matt. It's okay that because you can't have things the way that you want to now take your ball and go home. That confidence that you had when you first came out here and insulted the intelligence of these fans, I can see it dissipating. I can see the sweat rolling down your brow there, even behind those cheap sunglasses that you're wearing. It's fine. If you want to go home, you can go home after Anthony Adams beats you one-on-one, fair and square, and rectifies what happened at Payback. I think it's just fitting that Payback would truly be his at Takeover. But I can see it without you taking those glasses down. You see it in your body language there. I can see you're just boiling inside. You want to prove me wrong. You want to prove to me that this is your show. You want to prove to me that you are the man that you say you are. And you want to prove to me that you are truly the NXT champion. So what do you say, Matt Black? You and Anthony Adams have one contract, and no, it's not to make this the Matt Black Show. It's to make that main event official for NXT Takeover. The main event that everybody here wants to see for NXT Takeover. If you are the man that you say you are, shake my hand and make this match official.
Like,
wait, oh, wait a second. Matt Black. I thought he was going to shake his hand there for a second, but he slapped the hand of RPJ away. Look at this.
look, I'm all one for being into your ego and being conceited, knowing your things, but that might be the wrong move to make.
Well, Matt, that's not the acceptance here that I was looking for. But I have news for you, Matt Black. That's the way that you want to conduct business here tonight. What a more fitting event than Prelude to Violence, because your match with Anthony Adams just got that much more interesting. You want to go out of your way to insult me personally? Matt Black, you're going to sleep in the bed that you just made, because 1 week from this Sunday, you and Anthony Adams will not just be facing off in any kind of match for your title. You will be defending that ECW-NXT championship in a no-holds-barred match.
Well, RPJ dropping the gauntlet there on Matt Black. He's now going to be defending against Anthony Adams at a no-holds-barred main event. And Matt Black, turning down an interview here. I thought we were going to get his thoughts on the news that just broke, but it looks like he's looking for his bags here to head home.
Well, you know he's pissed if Matt Black turns down an interview.
Looks like RPJ's going to get the last word after all, but wait a second. Matt Black slammed the door behind him. I don't think he realized Anthony Adams. Oh my God! I realized Anthony Adams was following him there. And Adams, is having his way with Matt Black in the locker room here.
Oh, this is just downright criminal.
Today he just pressed Matt Black through that table with ease. You've got to think this is all legal. This is all going to be legal at Prelude to Violence.
No, if you cannot tell me that. I feel like this was just a complete setup by RPJ.
RPJ told him to shake his hand. Matt Black refusing to shake the boss's hand. Now he's paying the price for it. There's a steel chair from Anthony Adams also. Matt Black has been completely blindsided here. He was planning on going home, but he's not going anywhere tonight. Spine buster onto that steel chair.
And this should have been over at Payback. There's no reason this should even be continuing right now.
Face first off of that locker. No. The NXT champion can barely stand here today. Oh my God, Anthony Adams. He's looking for that power bomb.
That infamous bomb.
We gotta see this one more time. Look at this in slow motion here. Anthony Adams threw that table in the first place there. But look at this. The back of Matt Black's head bouncing off that wall. One more time here. Look, it's up close. There is no telling what kind of damage that did to the NXT champion. Our officials arriving on the scene here. We might need to get some help here from Matt Black. You may not be going anywhere but to the emergency room after this tonight. Folks, as we get some assistance back here for Matt Black, the locker room, Anthony Adams, I guess, is going to go prepare for his main event with Pat Bastard, still to come later tonight. But we got to cover some more news here for TakeOver, including what just broke here between RPJ and Matt Black. A lot to talk about there.
Oh yeah, if you thought that Payback was the end of this, apparently, regardless of what I think, we're going to get part 2 of Matt Black versus Anthony Adams, and there's going to be no controversial finishes in this one. It's no holds bar, anything goes.
Well, speaking of anything goes, Marcus Grant gets his opportunity of a lifetime, you could say, and it's Walter Scott's first title defense. It's going to be a make or break moment for Walter Scott here. All the pressure is on Walter as he defends his hardcore championship in a Falls Count Anywhere match against the Sussman, Marcus Grant.
Oh yeah, he's been vying at competition, wanting competition. Well, he definitely got his prayers answered in the wake of Marcus Grant.
Absolutely, a very similar contrast of styles between these two. Very athletic individuals. It's going to be a very interesting match when you throw the rulebook out the window. And speaking of throwing the rulebook out the window today, here's the main event coming your way at TakeOver, Prelude to Violence. You thought Payback was ugly between these two. Well, anything is legal, and evidenced by what we just saw backstage, I think Matt Black could be in trouble here at TakeOver.
Oh, it's definitely, normally the champion has all the advantage in the world, but going into this, it seems like Matt Black's going to be the underdog coming in, going into TakeOver.
Well, this is the defining moment for these two. You know, one way or another, it's either going to be the end of the Matt Black era, or Matt Black's going to walk out undisputed here. I think if Matt Black can survive the onslaught that Anthony Adams is going to bring his way, then maybe there won't be much questioning left of Matt Black as champion. As I bite my tongue saying that, but facts are facts.
Or can you imagine the ego that man is going to have if he wins the TakeOver?
I don't want to imagine the ego. The way he's celebrated his past couple title defenses. Speaking of defenses and speaking of ego, this man here's got a lot to defend here in this match. This could be a defining moment for Eric Silva coming up next here tonight.
Oh, this is that moment. This is that moment where one individual can become something more than he was meant to be, and this could be Eric Silva's moment.
Eric Silva first signed with ECW and NXT. He was very overlooked. This kid, he came in green as grass, and it just took a couple of weeks of being in the ring, and immediately the fans have become endeared to him.
Oh, indeed. He's almost, you could say he's with that, like Justice Gable in that level, that they just have sort of innately pulled the NXT audience to them.
Well, absolutely. It's one of those things you got to say, before ECW, a lot of people were saying, who is Eric Silva? A lot of people hadn't heard the name Eric Silva. And at this point, he's almost become synonymous with this new breed of NXT talent.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Bobby Mitchell have led this new ground of NXT competitors, if you will, and they're the leading forefront of them.
Well, speaking of the leading forefront, this man believes that he is the driving force with NXT. Excuse me. Again, of course, Matt Black has his say-so in, as we heard tonight, very vocally. But Walter Scott believes that he's the ratings bearer here. He is the measuring stick of NXT.
Oh, it's definitely a contest going with those two, seeing who NXT is more prominent is and whose show it really is. And both can make claims. Both had their big rise at WrestleMania.
Here we go. This is the match that people have been talking about. A lot of people saying that they think that these two are about to steal the show here tonight, and with all the reasons.
Cut the music.
Walter Scott, hold on, he's got a microphone
Eric
there.
Silva, a man I've watched develop into one of the few men who has a chance to really break out in NXT. I heard what you had to say about me before Payback, and I'll give you the credit you deserve. You are quite possibly the only man to actually call me out thus far during my hardcore championship reign. But you know what, Eric? I've made it well known that if you're looking for a battle, I'll give you a war. And while I am scheduled to defend my championship against Marcus Grant at Prelude to Violence, I'm willing to take a risk right now and put this title on the line to show you why I am naturally better and why I am the best damn thing going in NXT. So Eric, you've got your wish. Because right now it's not Walter Scott taking on Eric Silva in non-title action. It's me defending my championship against you right now.
Wait a second, Tenay. Did I just hear that right?
Oh, you heard it right, Cole. We're having a hardcore title match here on NXT, and it's happening now.
Eric Silva getting the opportunity of a lifetime. You gotta wonder, what does this mean for Marcus Grant and Walter Scott? I mean, we could see a title change here.
I guess if Eric wins, he's doing double duty that night.
Well, this just changed the entire complexion of TakeOver and of tonight's show, folks. You're getting a surprise hardcore championship defense. Walter Scott taking the initiative here. We've seen champions of the past like Ryan Asriel name their challengers waiting for competition. Walter Scott is apparently a student of the game and not afraid to roll the dice here.
Oh, well, if he loses his title here tonight, we'll see how much of that confidence he'll have in himself after that.
Well, he said it himself today. He's the best damn thing going in NXT today.
Well, you have some pretty strong opposition if you talk to Matt Black about that.
Well, Matt Black's got some strong opposition to overcome at TakeOver in his own right. He's got a lot on his plate here. Hopefully he didn't get too banged up in that backstage encounter with his opponent. Walter Scott here putting everything, literally everything on the line. Said he can't even wait for TakeOver. He wants to defend the title tonight. And here we go. This is Hardcore Championship, hardcore rules. This is no longer just a wrestling match. This thing got a whole lot more complicated. Walter with a counter and right into the pin.
Can you imagine if Eric Silva walks out of this with a hardcore title?
You got to think that right now that's the only thing on his mind. He's got to put Bobby Mitchell in the background right now. He's got to look past Bobby Mitchell. He's got to look directly at Walter Scott. First time facing off with the natural here. Walter counters. Oh!
We have to think, do you think this was part of the game plan? Because Eric came in with he came into this match all game plan for this. But then Walter literally throwing the title on the line right now, that kind of throws a loophole. You got to think, that throws your game off.
Oh, it totally throws your game off. Eric Silva came out here expecting a wrestling match. He didn't come out here expect everything to be legal, everything to be available to him in this match. And now, we haven't even really seen Eric Silva in a setting like this. We've seen Walter Scott, the TLC match with Shawn Nice, the hardcore match he had with Shawn Nice. We know Walter Scott is equipped, but is Eric Silva ready for this? And this also kind of plays into what we're going to see at TakeOver. This will show, where he's gauged at going into that cage match.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if he's the one that can see red.
Yeah, you got to think, he's getting himself ready for a different kind of violence going into that match with Bobby Mitchell. Eric Silva going under the ring here quickly.
And we've seen Bobby Mitchell over the past 2 weeks. He's there.
Eric Silva grabbed a sledgehammer from under the ring. Walter Scott quickly trying to take that out of the equation here. Wait, oh, big clothesline.
The whiplash to the back of the neck on that clothesline.
Walter now wielding the hammer. This could be a difference maker. This could be what brings about the end of this match, depending on how it comes into play. Oh! Ooh. Counter drop toe hold there. He's got him up. Oh, and a brain buster, almost calling out the Bobby Mitchell with that.
That was one of those moments where anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh! Oh no, the champion in trouble here. And look, Silva getting it out of the ring before Walter Scott could possibly turn it around. This could be enough, though. He drove that right into the abdomen. Oh.
See, I don't think so. I think Eric Silva, like, in his genuine good guyness, wanted to keep this at a fair fight.
He's the one who brought the hammer. He brought the hammer into the match. Look at this. Springboard here. Super kick. Oh. Walter Scott somehow lands on his knee there.
Well, I think here's the thing: is Eric is almost probably, I would say, conflicted with himself, saying like basically, even though it is the hardcore title, like, does he want to win it that way, or does he want to win it just straight up?
You know, he said he does have a lot of respect for Walter Scott. I think that's why he was expecting this to be a straight up fight here tonight. Just like you said, Walter Scott changed the game on him. Walter's got a steel chair now. Oh, Silva. Oh, deflects it. Oh. Short arm clothesline there. So struck the knee with that sledgehammer and now stomping the knees into the outside of the mat here, outside of the ring. Walter reverse DDT. Oh, onto the steel chair.
Oh, the back of the head bounced the steel chair.
Oh, look, Walter with that steel chair again. Oh my God. The sound of that steel chair crashing into the head of Eric Silva again. Couldn't even get the hands up.
I have to give Walter credit. This is a genius play, making this a title match.
Well, now it's like Eric Silva has to think like this. Now the stakes are higher. He can't lose in a high-stakes situation like this. Bobby Mitchell will never let him live this down if he fails to capture that title here tonight.
Oh, if he fails, Bobby Mitchell will quite literally go irate on him.
Walter Scott connects with that signature rocket kick, but he only gets a 2 count. Eric Silva kicking out of it.
Bobby Mitchell is going to literally be that dead, nagging scab that you continue to pick off your skin. That is how he is going to be to Eric if he loses this.
You know, Eric Silva was the first one to point out, hey, Bobby, you tapped out to Walter Scott when you fought him. Oh, Silva caught the leg. Oh, nice, beautiful counter there off that wheel kick. But Bobby was quick to say, you know what, you haven't even fought anybody the caliber of Walter Scott. Eric Silva's getting his opportunity here tonight in spades. He's in a baseball bat there. Those steel chair shots from Walter Scott really got to Eric Silva, really upset him. Oh.
He's moving just a little bit hair slower.
Look at this. Oh my goodness. Walter Scott suicide dive into the DDT on the floor. You're going to talk about moving slower. He's not moving at all right now.
Nah, that's a dead man laying out there.
Eric Silva breathing heavily here. Walter Scott walking around over here in front of us today. He's going under the ring for the first time himself here. Wait a second. Oh my God, he's got a table. The champion dragging a table into the equation. We saw what happened at WrestleMania when Shawn Nice and Walter Scott used tables in their TLC match. Wait, Silva recovering here, looking for the suplex, and he holds on for the cradle. Oh. 2. Oh. Almost had the champion there. Eric Silva rearranging some furniture here in the ring. But wait, Walter. Oh, wait a second. Silva,
he caught him.
Silva with the roll up here. 2. Walter gets the shoulder up barely. He had to use the opposite shoulder there. He had one arm trapped. Counter here. Oh, into the turnbuckle. Oh no, he's got that. Oh! Right to the shoulder. Look at Eric Silva fighting back. Oh wait, Eric Silva, Shining Wizard. And Walter Scott rolling free of it though.
That's the worst part. Is Walter is dangerous just in any type of environment, but he has adapted so well as of late with that war with Shawn Nice to this hardcore stipulation that he is more dangerous, if you will, in this type of environment than just in a singles environment.
You got to think that the time that transpired between Royal Rumble and Fastlane, Walter Scott spent 4 weeks on the shelf thanks to Shawn Nice. The damage, the physical damage that turned into psychological trauma like Walter Scott had never experienced in his career. Wondering if he would come back, if he'd come back 100%, if he would be able to come back at all. We saw the way he snapped on Shawn Nice following that Fastlane main event, which led him to prepare for what happened at WrestleMania when he defeated Shawn Nice in the match of the year, the fan-voted match of the year. Oh! Like you said, he's adapted. He's a very different Walter Scott than he first came in. Look at this, Walter teeing off here on Eric Silva. Walter perched up on the ring apron here. Silva very slow to his feet. There's a DDT again. Today he nearly spiked him into the barricade with that DDT.
Yeah, could you imagine getting spiked into the barricade on a DDT?
Eric Silva, though, he's got that kendo stick.
Talk about getting hardcore.
He's back up here. Wait, oh, these two just continuing to go back and forth here now. Silva. Wait. Walter able to counter. Oh!
The back of Silva's head just landed on the back of that baseball bat.
Walter Scott here feeling very confident in this environment, like you said. Silva is not going from bad to worse here. Walter with that diving forearm.
Silva, it seems like he's trying to get adjusted to this environment, but he's just like, he's a hair slower. It's almost like he's hesitant to go in that direction.
And Walter connecting with a second rocket drop kick there. Big forearms. Oh, back kick there. Shoots Silva across. Oh no, into the table. Walter feeling right at home here. If you've ever had any doubt about the hardcore champion, you can erase that. Look at this. Walter's, oh my God.
Oh, Walter with the Royal Flush finisher in the table in the corner.
Exploding the table everywhere. Eric Silva has got to be covered in splinters here. This has got to be it too. Eric Silva, no. Today he got the shoulder up, but he's not moving. Walter Scott picking him back. Oh no, wait, he might have been playing possum there.
That's the heart we talked about from Eric Silva.
Oh, and then dropped on the debris of the table there. Walter. Wait, so that kid is, oh no. Oh. Well, I thought these two were going to beat the hell out of each other coming into this match tonight, but I didn't think they were going to beat the hell out of each other like this. Walter here, look at this. Oh, a brainbuster of his own.
That brainbuster found more pieces of that table.
And Walter going under the ring a second time now. Eric Silva, he's got a second table. Silva not getting back in. Walter misses there. Wait a second. Eric Silva thinking for the revolver. Oh, he's countered. Walter's got him up for another Death Valley driver. Oh! Eric Silva has got to do something to change the complexion of this match. He is in so much trouble right now. Oh, right off the table.
Absolutely. I think he's, like I said, I think he's just a little bit too much out of the element now at this point.
Yeah, he definitely was not expecting any of this coming in here. Wait, Walter. Oh! Overhand punch. Got stuck there on the outside. Oh no, not on the ring apron. Oh my gosh. Walter going to the top rope here. Eric Silva laid out below. What is he thinking here? Walter Scott with the big elbow drop.
Cole, we have seen the huge hair run, and now we just saw a huge elbow drop.
And there was nothing saving Eric Silva. He took all of that elbow on the outside. But Walter Scott's not done. Oh! Welcome to the realm of the hardcore champion, Eric Silva. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Well, you said we were wondering if he's going to see red, and he's seeing a different kind of red right now. Wait a second. Looking for another rocket kick. Oh!
There, those are 3 big shots for that rocket kick.
And he hits the ropes, the far ropes, every time he connects with that for that. Like it's like a slingshot effect. But Eric Silva still trying to fight back into this thing. But Walter here holding on. Oh, and drives him shoulder first into the mat that time. He is dragging Eric Silva into deep waters like he's never experienced before.
Yeah, this is Eric getting welcome to the big leagues right here.
You know, Bobby Mitchell has got to be watching this with a huge smile on his face. That table is in a very bad spot there. Eric Silva, this could be the good night kiss here if Walter Scott connects with whatever he's got in mind here from the top rope.
Oh, it looks like, oh.
Wait, Silva. Oh, no. Oh. Thought he was going to go through that table. Wait, Walter, oh. He got the foot there. Oh.
Oh, this could be his chance. This is where Silva needs to capitalize on this here.
He's getting fired up here. A moment of hesitation, though. Walter Scott trying to shake off cobwebs himself. Maybe Eric Silva was going to try to dive out through the ropes, but no. Got caught on the ropes. Walter Scott. Looking for something here from the ring apron. He can't quite reach him. So the springboard dropkick. Oh my God. Into the table again.
Table breaking may have been a better save for Eric instead of just landing on that straight flush.
Oh. He just drug him back like a short arm lariat, but he caught him with the big boot instead. Going for that cane again, but Silva was able to turn things around here. But Walter with a counter. Oh, and goes right back to that arm again. Silva is starting to feel the impact with those shots to the arm. Big back kick there, Walter. Wait a second. Oh, we know what this is. You see him load this up. Great Scott, the elbow. Walter Scott with that discus elbow strike.
Good night, Silva.
Yeah, there's got to be it. Eric Silva has had his bell rung in this match, and that's it. Walter Scott sending an emphatic message to Marcus Grant here. And maybe the rest of the NXT roster as well. Today, you gotta think here. Does Marcus Grant, does he feel insulted by this notion?
I mean, it's quite possible, especially after everything that Marcus had to do to win that or earn that shot. That literally Eric Silva just walks into the arena today and gets the title shot.
Walter Scott, was scheduled for a historic first ever title defense at TakeOver, and he jumps the gun here, puts it all on the line, and says, "Hey, look, I'm still the champion. You can't take anything away from Eric Silva tonight." But look at that elbow, just cold cocking him.
Oh, absolutely. He hits the ropes, takes another spin, adds more momentum to the already momentum that he's gaining, and it's just. The elbow is already a hard part of the body. You're adding all that momentum. Like I said, that's a good night Silva right there.
Well, Eric Silva, like you said, gets his first taste of the main event here, the upper echelon of NXT and ECW at that. But unfortunately, it ends in heartache. And you got to think again, Bobby Mitchell is somewhere backstage, rolling and kicking his feet right now at the side of this.
Cole, that is probably the most aptitude thing that you could say about Bobby Mitchell. He probably is rolling on the ground right now, kicking his feet and arms in pure joy and excitement. And all I have is that, like, somebody needs to find us a video of that.
Other people are fine just taking part, while I'm here to take over.
Folks, it's main event time here, and following what we saw just not too long ago, you got to think that hopefully Lady Luck is in the back pocket of Pat Bastard for this one.
Oh yeah, definitely. He has Anthony Adams, who is walking down to the ring, or is in this arena at this point, in a foul mood. But he has got his wish though. Anthony Adams is gonna be the next challenger at Takeover for the NXT title.
You got to think Anthony Adams is on an absolute warpath right now after, in the estimation of many, having the title within his clutches at Payback could literally have the title just stripped away from him in the blink of an eye by Matt Black. Now, you know, he gets that rematch and sends a message to the champion here tonight in a brutal fashion. You gotta think that he's gonna try to run straight through Pat Bastard as well.
Oh, Pat Bastard basically walking into a dangerous landmine field. That is pretty much where he's gonna be going. He can be fine 1 minute with Anthony Adams in the ring, and within a blink of the eye be getting clotheslined or anything, speared or anything like that with the mind frame that Anthony Adams is in.
You gotta think, Pat Bastard is a wily veteran, and he's gotta have his ace up his sleeve with Buzz Manchild, who could get involved in this match at any moment in time. But, yeah. It might take 3 or 4 Buzz Manchilds to take down the Anthony Adams that we're seeing here tonight.
All I can say is, instead of saying Pat Bastard, it's that poor bastard tonight. That poor bastard.
He definitely drew the short straw on this one. You know, I've seen on social media when this match was announced, there was a few fans who hashtagged "Rest in Peace, Pat Bastard."
And here comes the man that's gonna pretty much march you straight to the board.
Anthony Adams, he's gotta be feeling proud of his handiwork backstage tonight. You gotta think maybe, for the sake of Matt Black, there might be some repercussions for what happened. I don't know how heavy they'll be following Matt Black slapping away the hand of our boss, but Anthony Adams.
If I had to say anything better, that was the repercussion for slapping his hand. RPJ put Anthony Adams up to going in there and to taking him out.
I don't think so. I think RPJ, if anything, maybe he expected that would happen at Takeover, but you know, he had Anthony Adams on the card tonight. Matt Black didn't even have to be in the building tonight. He decided to come out to make his presence felt, and he stepped on the toes of the boss. What happened between him and Anthony Adams, that was just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Let's just face it. He didn't have to come make his presence felt. His presence is always felt. This is his show. Can't schedule NXT without him on it. It just doesn't happen.
Well, it almost happened tonight. Maybe he was a little offended by that. Look, Pat Bastard trying to take advantage of Anthony Adams here. Oh, what an upset this might be. Pat Bastard were to survive this match here tonight.
Survive. If Pat Bastard doesn't take a trip to the hospital tonight, we'll call that a win.
What a punch that. Look at these massive blows. Anthony Adams throwing all of these malicious strikes. Oh, Pat, they're rocking him. Wait a second.
That might not be the smartest thing to do.
Pat Bastard needs to capitalize while he... Look at Anthony Adams able to get out of the way. And oh, this is definitely not the smart thing to do. He just gets shoulder blocked as soon as he rolls out of the ring. Oh, right off the announce table. Pat Bastard has a brawling background. He's no stranger to being outside of the ring, but Anthony Adams is not the man that I would want to be outside of the ring with right now. Oh, into the barricade he goes there. Oh. Anthony Adams. Pat Bastard quickly getting out of the way. 8 count here.
So he keeps rolling. Like, he definitely needs to figure out where he wants to be, because definitely being outside isn't going to work for him.
2 count just off of that haymaker. Pat here, no, oh, he gets shoved away. Oh my God, into the turnbuckle here. Wait a sec, he's picking up for a power bomb. An early power bomb here from Anthony Adams. Look at this Tenay. He's sizing him up here early.
Oh God. He's setting up.
Looking to finish him off here quickly with the spear. Oh no! Adams can't believe it. Getting out of the way.
Pat made a counter that he didn't really do anything else to it.
We've seen Matt Black was able to counter the spear like that a couple of times previously on NXT. But Pat Bastard's got to do more than just counter a spear to win this match.
You got to counter and produce some offense.
Wait a second. Pat going to the well here. This is one of his signature maneuvers, the neck breaker. Is this going to be it? No, Anthony Adams is in the ropes.
Well, I think it's going to take a lot more than a random neck breaker to deal with Anthony Adams here tonight.
Well, yeah, Anthony Adams is still up and moving. Pat Bastard was the one who was laying on his back there outside of the ring just now. It's Adams. Oh, those massive forearms just clapping the ears. It's just like playing pinball with Pat Bastard here outside of the ring.
Oh, at this point, man, it's like Pat Bastard is literally just his frustration toy right now.
It's almost like one of those stress balls that you squeeze to let the tension out. And Pat Bastard, everything he's doing, it's just not slowing Anthony Adams down one bit.
I was going to say, it seems like all the hits and all the damage that Pat's tried to do to Anthony Adams isn't even doing anything. It's just almost entertaining him and charging him up and firing him up even more.
Oh, swing and a miss there with that running soccer kick. Oh, and almost like a running knee lift there to the back, taking the big man down. Pat Bastard. Oh, going below the belt here with these knee drops.
Oh, you have to imagine Anthony Adams finds that in a familiar place.
Oh, it's a very sore subject for Anthony Adams following Payback. Pat Bastard here, I don't know if getting into a punching contest is what you want. Look at Anthony Adams swinging him around. What a sidewalk slam.
Look, I guess that me and Matt Black are the only ones that find this super entertaining. That he won the way that he did at Payback. Just for the simple fact that it was Anthony Adams that first started this with one kick to the nuts.
You know, it all started with Matt Black coming out and unceremoniously interrupting Anthony Adams when he was out speaking his mind. You know, Matt Black was talking about how he didn't have a lot of competition. Anthony Adams was out there saying, "Hey, I'll give you a challenge." And Matt Black was a little bit offended. Oh, wait a second, he's got him up. Torture rack here. The infamous one trying to put Pat Bastard away with the submission.
Oh, and his back is just getting more contorted the whole time right now.
Oh, wait. Pat lands on his feet, DDT. Anthony Adams, though. Again, the more Pat Bastard tries to do, it's like, oh my God, look at the strength of Pat Bastard. No.
We all have that one moment where we do something super good.
We're getting fired up here. Going to the well again. Big series of punches.
Oh, the juking and jiving.
Yeah, it took more than one. He's going to have to juke and jive to stay on top of Anthony Adams here, though. Oh. Looking for the second time. I'm trapped on the ropes, and there's the neck breaker again. And he makes the cover. Can he put Anthony Adams out? He was in the ropes last time. Rolls him over. Adams gets his hand on the rope again.
Oh, he's gonna spray his arm off.
Oh. Adams holds on. Big forearm shot there. Oh wait, taking Pat Bastard. Oh my God, he countered it. He countered the spine buster mid-air into a bulldog.
Cole, it might be time. Pat might be able to pull this out.
Definitely turning some heads here. Look at this, the fans reacting to Pat Bastard here. But he's not going to try to put the sleeper hold on Anthony Adams. No. Adams counters. Adams shoots him across into the ropes here. Throws him into, oh my God, a spear.
Oh God. If you have said counter this one.
He threw him into the air like a child throws a football. They just drove him into the mat, and he can't believe it. Pat Bastard kicking out at 2.
Apparently Pat Bastard enjoys being the stress ball.
He's a glutton for punishment here. He misses that clothesline. Big back body drop. Oh, he's in a bad spot here. There's a spine buster. Adams doing some trash talking here. Oh no,
He set it up.
No, there's another one.
Oh, he got him that time.
Anthony Adams is feeling it. Big spear connects too. No! Pat Bastard. You can see Adams is steaming here. You can see the look on his face. There's the ropes. Cross goes Pat. Oh my God, look at the ease as he lifts him up overhead.
Oh gosh.
Thinking here.
The air just completely dripping right out of Pat Bastard there.
Pat with a counter clothesline, definitely can't be enough. You're one. Only a 1 count. That was a desperate pin attempt. Just looking for something here. Into the turnbuckle again. Oh, Adams quickly out of the way of that. Let's go behind here. Right, Pat Bastard. Abdominal stretch.
That's a big abdominal stretch right there from Pat.
And look at that. Anthony Adams just hip tosses him out of it with complete control and power. Oh, wait. Oh, and there's the spine buster. No countering that one.
Oh no.
Oh man, here we go. It's giving him the thumbs down. Well, this can only mean one thing. Pat Bastard's in the danger zone here, living in infamy.
Danger zone, Cole. Danger zone.
Adams trying to finish him off here in the middle of the ring, too. And Pat Bastard again. We are seeing this theme tonight. Resilience in spades. Pat Bastard, though, looks very slow moving, and I don't think he realizes Anthony Adams is out here undressing our table. Oh, the referee stopping Pat Bastard, maybe for his own sake here.
Maybe to look out after his own safety.
Pat Bastard trying to get fired up here again, to no avail. Oh. Pat here, able to heave him up onto the top rope. He's thinking, look for a belly-to-belly on the big, oh my, oh, he countered it to a choke slam.
With the way that Pat Bastard's body just bounced off the mat.
Anthony Adams just tried to drive him straight through the mat. Only a 2 count. Look at this. Slow, he had to lift him all the way up from the mat. He's got him in that torture rack a second time here. Pat Bastard
He doesn't give up.
Nowhere to go, and the referee's called this thing off. Pat Bastard put up a valiant effort here, but still falls to the infamous win.
I would say at least Pat gave up a little bit more of a fight, stood a little bit more of a chance than I thought he would.
It definitely surprised me, but it's too little, too late. You can never really capitalize. You see this more and more offense here from Anthony Adams. After everything we've seen from this man here tonight, you gotta wonder, what is Matt Black gonna have to do? Take over Prelude to Violence, put away Anthony Adams in this no-holds-barred match.
I don't know. Like I said, if this is the one time that I feel like the champion is really going in as the underdog with no advantages.
Anthony Adams headed to the back here. Wait, oh, Buzz Manchild! Buzz Manchild arriving better late than never with a steel chair.
Just repeated chair shots.
Trying to take it to Anthony Adams. Oh no, he gets countered. Oh, Anthony Adams has that steel chair. Oh my God. You want to talk about repeated chair shots. With that steel chair in the hands of Anthony Adams, it becomes a lethal weapon.
Yeah, I don't know how good of a decision it was for Buzz to come run down here and try to attack Anthony Adams here tonight.
Absolutely not. Oh my God. Just throw him into the air and uppercutted him.
Oh, sheer power and devastation that is.
Oh, just listen to these repeated shots here. He's just swatting him like a fly. Oh, that one to the back of the head. Adams here. Oh my God, he's got a table. Some more ring crew help Pat Bastard out of the way. He's still recovering from the effects of that second torture rack. Wait, Buzz has got that steel chair. No, Anthony Adams saw that one coming. And today he's got the steel ring steps now. You've got to think this is all perfectly legal. Talked about this when he was attacking Matt Black backstage. This is all going to be legal at Prelude to Violence. Oh.
Well, Buzz went out here from saving, trying to save his partner, maybe do some damage to Anthony Adams, and Anthony Adams basically just turned this into sending a message to Matt Black.
Anthony Adams, oh, completely unstoppable here tonight. Buzz bounced off the turnbuckle and just got hammered right back into it. As those ring steps again. Oh my God. Oh. Just the sound of that steel on flesh repeatedly. Buzz trying to get up out of the way. Oh, and again.
Cole, I've never been one to be short on our champion's confidence and my faith in him, but this may be one of the matches that I don't know if he'll be able to come out and win.
You can see here Buzz Manchild already covered in a crimson mask, and there's repeated shots from the ring steps. Look at that clothesline.
Just look at the way he is manhandling Buzz Manchild. The steel steps and everything. This is literally the most dangerous Matt Black's title reign can be in right now.
This is the most volatile we've ever seen Anthony Adams. Even going back to that Fastlane ladder match, I don't remember Anthony Adams ever snapping like this on an opponent. I would say Matt Black has poked the bear, but I mean he's done more than that. Something has snapped in Anthony Adams tonight, something I've never seen before.
Poke the bear, man. He's took a cattle prod to the bear.
He's got Buzz by the back of his hair here. Wait a second. Oh no. Now look at the look in Anthony Adams' eye here today. Look at what he, oh my god. Oh.
He just got rid of the garbage.
He just threw him over the ropes like he was nothing.
He's still not done with him.
Oh no, he's far from done with him here. He's telling Buzz Manchild, you want to come out here and swing a steel chair at me? He'll almost swing you. Oh no. No, not literally, right to the barricade. He's barely breaking a sweat here.
And this is after a match.
Matt Black's going to have to enlist in a private military to escort him to the ring, I think, at TakeOver to slow this juggernaut down. He's going to have something in mind. Buzz Manchild is such a mess. You can't even see his face under where he's losing all that blood. Oh.
Matt Black has always had a game plan for everything, but I don't know at this point what he could have for going into this second match.
Oh my god. What's left of that wall? What's he thinking now? He's dragging Buzz Manchild over here. Oh my god, no, not our table.
He's literally putting Buzz through everything that we have over here.
Oh no. No. Oh! Tenay. If my headset's still working here, can you hear this? Buzz Manchild's his head just hit the concrete where the table gave out, and our monitors have been scattered around the ringside area. They imploded. Buzz he's just dripping blood here at our feet at this point.
Like I said, we talked about he was sending a message to Matt Black. I'm pretty sure that message is, if you think that I wasn't angry before, I'm gonna end your career at Payback in your career at TakeOver, like I'm ending Buzz Manchild right now.
And this is looking very, very concerning for Buzz Manchild. Oh, and a spine buster. We've already seen a couple of tables used here tonight. No. Buzz somehow back up to his feet. Anthony Adams has got him up. A power bomb again. And Matt Black wanted to talk about the 15 minutes of fame for Anthony Adams, but this is misery for Buzz Manchild, and like I say, it's not looking good for his career right now.
No, it does not look like it. This could be the end of Buzz Manchild as we know him.
It's like looks like he has no idea where it is. Oh no. Anthony Adams has got him up here. Oh my god.
Another powerbomb. Cole, did you see the way that table imploded?
And look at the way Buzz Manchild was slumped down in the wreckage of it. Look, today he's trying to stand up. He can't pull himself up.
If he doesn't have broken ribs, a broken back at this point, I would be highly surprised.
This is very concerning. Oh my god. We got medical staff out here trying to get Buzz Manchild out of the way. Anthony Adams. This is a side of Anthony Adams I've never seen before. Where's he going? Anthony Adams. Oh my God. No.
I told you, Cole. It's all about the message.
Is this what Matt Black has wanted? He wanted to maybe expose this side of Anthony Adams. He's got it though. He's full force. We need to do something about this. Buzz Manchild needs to be taken to the nearest medical facility, folks.